How's it going, everyone? Derek from Make Media Studios, and today I'm here with my buddy Cody Bahrke from the Navy. Actually, was where we first met, and we're going to be talking today about the creative world that we're now in. How's it going, bud?
It's going well, man. It's going well. Hanging in there with this crazy world.
Yeah, it was just the elephant in the room, right? So we're on Zoom, and are also far away from each other. You're down in Southern California, but how's quarantine life treating you right now?
It's going well. My wife is luckily still working. She works in the medical field, not with patients, but with the equipment. So she's hanging in there. She's not going to work as often, so it's okay, but still paying the bills, still paying our rent. That's wonderful. Gives me a lot of time to be creative, putting out a lot of videos and refining my craft, and it's been kind of a blessing in disguise, honestly.
So what's funny is refining your craft and all that. I started seeing all your stuff. First of all, like, your video quality is amazing. Good job. Your lighting. I was jealous when I saw a lot of your posts because your colors were just so perfect. Let's throw this out there. Thanks for having me pick up one of these. So far, this is the second shoot I'm using it for. But
Absolutely.
I didn't even know that you were doing this type of stuff when we were in the Navy. Was this something that you were interested a few years back?
It started with photography, sort of. Like, I think 2015, I got my first camera. It was like a Nikon D5600.
Okay.
I think you had left the ship by that point. You left
Right.
kind of early in my tour, I guess. But it just started with pictures, and then it kind of molded into more video. I started like streaming on Twitch, and I just got like obsessed with like video quality, audio quality, and that's kind of like my thing. I wouldn't like so much consider myself like a creative mind, as in like making stories and like telling stories, but like I'm just obsessed with like the technical aspect of it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's more of me. So I'm trying to like just get like the best quality possible, refine like the skills. I just watch YouTube videos all day on just like color science and like all this stuff.
What's your main YouTubers that you watch?
I watch a lot of Peter McKinnon, obviously. I think
Yep.
all of us probably do.
Yep.
The Maddie Hapoya.
Yep.
Potato Jet.
Oh yeah.
A lot of his stuff.
I've been watching his second channel too, Gene. He's got his actual his podcast, his regular vlogs and all that. Yep, I'm watching him. Yeah. Gerald Undone.
I started watching him. Yep.
Yeah, Make Art Now. That guy, he does a really good job. Josh Yo.
Yeah.
So you were doing Twitch. I actually haven't done Twitch yet. I don't play as much games though. So me and my wife, now we're in quarantine. We've been playing a lot of Fortnite because it's split screen and it gives us something to do. Because I got an Xbox. But I've always interested in the Twitch platform. I noticed that's kind of what you have on YouTube, right? You started with a lot of gaming type stuff?
Yeah. I've always been like a gamer at heart.
Okay.
And then I have this problem where I get really, really into things, like almost to like an unhealthy level.
Like OCD? So, it's an OCD thing, but it's a good thing. I think in this world with the video and stuff like that, and you said working on all your craft, definitely digging deep is a good thing. Go ahead. Yeah,
but so like I'll go into a game, I'll just play it like religiously for like months, and just, you know, whenever I have time, I'll be in the game. And then like one day it'll just stop and I'll just move on to something else. And that kind of carried over into this. And now I'm just like sitting in this little studio I have every day, just like refining and trying to like find the exact settings and everything. And
right. Well, I saw you did a Storyblocks intro the other day.
Yeah.
You said you're not creative and you don't make stories, but that's a good little story you're putting together there. I thought that was good.
That was fun. Storyblocks is actually pretty awesome too.
I hope the one day that I can actually be like turning to the camera, right, and going, and this is brought to you by Storyblocks.
Yeah, I like Gerald Undone, like his studio tours.
Yeah, they always start.
He does like the
Well, he did like I saw the one where he did like the submarine voyage to New York and all that, and he always does some kind of intro with the Storyblocks thing. It's pretty good. Yeah, what do you are you going to school right now?
Yeah, I'm there's Saddleback College it's like literally across the street from us, so I'm doing their cinema television program.
Are you going through like the associate's degree program there? Is that what that is? A community college or what?
Yeah, for now. Then I plan to transfer to one of the state universities, and
I tried to get into Chapman because I know you're down there.
That was my first idea, but then I started looking at people like their acceptance rate. I'm just like, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, right, you know my history. I was a command photographer on the ship, right? And then I got out and I was a photographer, but then I started doing video, and I wanted to go to school for video, and I applied for Chapman because I had to do something. I had to throw together some quick video. It was a 60-second, no dialogue story, and I put it together and I sent it out. But yeah, I didn't get anything back. Didn't hear anything from them. But I got accepted to San Jose State, which is just my state university here in the Bay Area, and it worked out pretty good.
I was looking at so at Chapman they have like different specialties within film, and something that I was looking at would maybe like documentary.
Okay, yeah,
it's a little more lines up with like what I like. It's like more real life, like just like emotions and.
Yeah, I mean, and documentary filmmaking's one of my favorite ones that I just watched recently was the one with the guy that Free Solo, I think is what it was.
That's an amazing documentary.
Yeah, that thing was, I mean, they won awards, right? I mean, it was best documentary, I think, the Oscars a year ago. But yeah, I mean, think about, they follow some guy for, almost 2 years, right? And going out to Yosemite, full film crew. You know, these guys are on the side of a mountain with huge camera rigs. And it's just, for me, it's mind-boggling to think, like, you don't see how much production value goes behind a documentary.
They're hanging off the side of the mountain and they still have to, like, expose properly and, like, frame. Like, people don't realize this. Like, it's absurd.
Well, they had just that perfect little, like, slider pan, you know what I mean? Like, they're doing on the side of a mountain with a huge, with just hanging from ropes and, like, it's got to be crazy. I think that would be a really cool type of documentary. Another documentary, of course, would be this Tiger King that I just watched. That's just a wild and crazy style of documentary. That's just crazy.
Yeah, I think the biggest like inspiration for me in that realm of things would be like Anthony Bourdain. Like, watching like that like changed my life. Like,
I actually haven't watched too much Anthony Bourdain. Is that what is that? Give me a little bit of background on the Anthony Bourdain stuff.
So basically, he just travels the world. He's originally like a cook, so he talks about like the different cultures' foods, but then every episode just branches off and just goes like deep into their culture and like, you know, personal stories with people from those countries and like what they deal with, like their governments, and it's amazing. Cool. Like those episodes like bring me to tears like constantly.
All right, I think documentary is a good way to go. So that's kind of your goal, hopefully, maybe with school, maybe get towards documentary style filmmaking. Yeah. Do you want to be the camera operator? Do you want to direct? Do you want to? Have you thought about any of that yet?
I'm more into like just, you know, the cinematography. Okay. Not so much like writing the stories, scripts, and all that. More like setting the scenes, you know, controlling the cameras.
Right. So you're the technical aspect of it, because you said I think that as a camera operator, like I was actually talking to a guy I work with because I'm an assistant do a lot of corporate gigs. And one of the things we talked about was kind of my future. I keep saying I want to do camera op. And he tells me, he's like, a camera operator, those guys know every camera, every lens, every ND filter, every file format, every little thing. And he tells me, he's like, I'm not trying to be mean to you. Your cinematography's good. He's like, but you also edit and you interview, and he's like, maybe look more towards producer. So I've kind of pivoted. I want to do cinematography as much as possible, but producing is kind of something that I'm interested in a little bit. But because I feel like I get technical with my camera stuff, but I haven't got technical enough. I don't know. I need to dig deeper. I mean, just because, look, I just got this color checker just this week.
Yeah, it's just like little things like that. Like just you learn so much in just editing your own footage, like being able to see like actual colors as opposed to like guessing when you're like trying to match your skin tone or something like.
Right. What's nice is now I've dug enough that I'm starting to, at least now I'm, even without the color checker before it, now I'm actually starting to use that hue versus hue. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh man, the pink, I'm getting this weird purple tone, and like you can just isolate certain tones besides like when I started, when it was just, white balance and tint, and it was across the entire image. And then now I'm actually starting to dig deeper into figuring out, the hue versus hue line, and starting to actually change hues that are a little bit off and stuff like that.
It's definitely a rabbit hole for sure.
It really is. But I love color. I feel like that's it. Once you get like a crystal clear image, like that's just the start, right? And then you can the story. And then for me, it's like I really think like a good looking image. Audio is also very important. But have you ventured out besides school? Are you doing anything with anyone else videography wise or anything? Have you tried anything?
No, like honestly, I really took the dive and like decided I want to really try to do this like just before this all happened. So
yeah,
but kind of just been like, you know, locked up here, just brainstorming ideas when this all ends, you know, what I'm going to do, what my plan of action is.
Yeah.
Like, I went back and watched some of those, the Giggly Dickens videos, and like, it'd be so nice to have something like that around here to like try to be a part of or help out with. But
I met those guys.
I can't find anything.
I met those guys in my community college.
Yeah.
They were just going to school with me, and I started filming with them. And then, you know, I kind of had the technical aspect and the equipment, so I became the director of photography. But yeah, they like to make stories, and it's real fun to shoot with them. Thanks for watching those.
Yeah, no, they were great. They were great.
We got this stuff coming out like Kermwick, with we have like guys in full Kermit costumes and making it kind of like John Wick. So it's gonna be very interesting, the next videos that come out. Yeah, I haven't. Trying to think, where are we going with that? All right, so you just took the dive into changing. So when I left the Navy, I got a job as an electronics technician or a field service.
I did the same thing.
I got a job as a field service engineer, and it was just I started making videos with my friends at home on the weekends, and I started realizing that my work ethic was just going down. I didn't care about what I was doing. I guess we were traveling all the time and sending me all these places, and it was cool. I thought that's what I wanted to do, but then I realized it wasn't. So they fired me. I
quit. I quit. So
good job. Yeah, I got fired. They flew me out to Texas where the company was, and like, you know, on like the end of my work week on a Friday, and was like, hey, yeah, you're done. And they sent me home. And so like that was in October. And then I think January I was starting up community college classes, and I had applied to San Jose State and all that. And so I did a semester at the community college, and then the fall I started at the state school because I'd already had my associates while I was in the Navy. But yeah, I think so. You quit. What were you doing?
For me, I was doing like corporate security installs.
Okay.
We were working for like Southern Cal Edison doing just like card readers, cameras on all their substations. But when I got the job, they said it was Los Angeles area. So, you know, we moved to Orange County. We figured to be LA area. There's going to be traffic, but it'll be manageable.
Yeah.
They had me driving all the way up to Mammoth.
Oh, wow.
Like Mammoth and all the way out to about 20 miles west of Vegas.
Wow.
Like apparently this district we worked in was the entire Southern Cal Edison district, which is,
yeah,
it goes into Arizona. It goes all the way up to past Fresno. Like,
wow.
I was driving like 25, 30 hours a week.
Wow.
And it just wasn't worth it. Like, and then, so the BAH around here, I was actually going to end up making more money going to school. So
yeah.
it was kind of a no brainer.
Yeah.
So I was just like, yeah, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm not excited. I graduate in May. Well, this is so weird to be graduating this year. Like, I graduate in a month, and I haven't gone to school in 2 weeks. Like, it's all, or a month. I haven't gone to school in like over a month because of quarantine. Yeah. I'm doing Zoom classes, and I'm graduating. I was so excited to walk. That was gonna be kind of cool. But yeah, I really wanted to ramp up my freelance work so that the moment school ended, I was gonna dive into all this 100%, which I am kind of already am 100%. But like, I was hoping it to hold me. I'm a little scared now because like now it's like it's hard to get some gigs and stuff like that.
It's gonna be a different world for a while. Like it's
right.
I feel like it's gonna be like this for a while, and it's weird. Like
yeah.
I don't know no one knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's weird. I still pick up things though. Like I just 2 days ago I went and took photos. I work for an energy company actually, but I'm their photographer and videographer. And so they just wanted stock footage of like wind turbines. So I went out to the hills near us about an hour away and took a whole bunch of wind turbine photos. So I'm getting these small gigs. We'll see though, because I don't want to get a normal job. Like I lost that last job. I went to school into all this. I've kind of built my company over the last 2 years, and I just want to continue my work. But we'll see. It's gonna be interesting. So you're gonna be doing probably the next 3 years or so to finish your schooling?
I should be able to finish my associates here in like 2 semesters. I had like 60 credits before I joined the Navy, so it's going to be a fast track to the associates. Nice. And I just kind of did that out of convenience,
right?
Because the college is like literally 500 meters away.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to get a little more serious because like the community college honestly is like a joke. Like,
well, it's
sure.
it's kind of funny. My community college, I felt like was opposite. There was actually like, it was better than when I went to San Jose State. It was kind of a joke. And like, I was like, what, anyways. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. But like, so I'm taking like a Premiere Pro class, an After Effects class, and then like a basic film class, like a film 101. Mm-hmm. It's just so basic. Like, yeah. And I get it. Like, it's people coming out of high school. Mm-hmm. Me and you obviously have our own experiences, like learning our own stuff. We have, more money possibly to buy things and try things. True. But like, it's the point where the instructor, like in one of my classes, gave the class my email to ask me questions about Premiere Pro. I'm just like, right. Bro, come on. Like, yeah. I'm doing a talking. So I'm doing a talk next week in my intermediate and beginning film classes, because I'm a TA for one of my teachers that I actually work for outside of the school. I kind of got gigs through her. Yeah. So she's having me speak to the class, and they're asking me questions about editing and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, I'm still going to school just like you. But yeah, sure. I'm here talking to you. It's going to be very interesting. No, I agree. I think the Navy gave us a good jumping off point, especially for you and me, because we had that, ACEF background, right? That electronics troubleshooting. That's why I got into all the camera stuff. Like, I realized with troubleshooting, like I was like, all right, I'm an ET, or I'm fixing I can fix all this stuff that I was doing my last job. I can fix electronics, but realistically, I just wanted to fiddle with them. Like I want to be the operator more than the guy that's going in and fixing them. Exactly. So but I think it gave me I think it's great about the troubleshooting that we've learned is, like troubleshooting, editing, troubleshooting camera setups and things like that. I mean, figuring out the lighting and figuring out the different things to make things right. So I give some respect to the Navy for that. But for sure. Yeah. So, I mean, so you're thinking documentary filmmaking, that's going to be your next, that's maybe your goal in the future. Yeah. Sort of like my dream in the horizon, Right. I would love to do Hollywood films myself. I think I'm going to stay corporate for a while. That's just because it pays the bills, and my name's kind of definitely what I've heard as well. From they pay pretty well. It gets, for me, I actually have, a lot of people are like, oh man, you just do it because it pays money. And it's like, yeah, it's true. But also I kind of like it because it's a one-man show. You kind of go in, you do everything. You sit down, you set up the cameras, the lighting, you interview someone, you get the camera on a gimbal, and you do some B-roll and throw the drone up, and you put everything together in the end. So it's kind of fun. But we'll see how that goes. So let me see. What's your goals with your YouTube channel? Honestly, it's kind of just like a test bed at this point. Mm-hmm. I don't, it's hard for me to like portray myself as being interesting. So like, I find you interesting. Maybe so. Maybe it's just me watching myself. I just get annoyed after watching it so many times, and that's something to get used to, especially when you're editing your face all the time and you're like just watching yourself talk. It can get, and you realize how asymmetrical your face is, like when you're cropped in, and like, you realize why is that eye lower than the other eye? I realized that like 2 weeks ago. I had to ask Aaron. I was like, "Are my eyes even?" And like we looked at it, and I took a picture and photoshopped it and put lines, and like this eye is like lower by like a decent amount. I never realized that. I think that goes to your OCD-ness kind of breaking down, like, getting real digging deep. You're digging deep into your own facial construction. Don't go that way. I think that you should, I think with me, you don't want to, I kind of just zonk it out after a while. Like, it's like, I'm looking at myself, or I'm in the thing, or I'm on the video, but I just kind of, I actually had one dabble in acting that was just mine. If you saw the Giggly Dickens stuff, I did the Mormons video. Yeah, which I saw that one. My friend wrote that and was like, I wrote this part for you. He's like, I just want you to play you. Like, just be yourself. Just talk a lot and do your thing, and we'll have fun. But that was pretty cool. But other than that, I put myself in front of, for my YouTube channel, I'm gonna continue down the tutorial aspect of things. I kind of do like the Peter McKinnon, all those people we watch. So I'm like, I kind of want to dabble in that world and see what I can do. But it's been hard for me to like, do you like use a script or anything, or do you kind of just give yourself like keys to go? Yeah, no, like,
I just kind of film it all and then cut it up and make the story later. You know what I mean?
So you just start the camera, just start. You have like a general idea.
Yeah, I have a general idea. I'm like, I want to show someone how to edit their first photo in Lightroom. That was like my first kind of like, I was like, this seems basic enough that I can start with. And then screen capture, turn the camera on, and then just kind of go through it. And I would have to say something, and then I'd realize I was like, that's not what I'd want to say, and I'd backtrack and do it again. So then, in editing, you're watching the whole thing over, and you're breaking it down, and you're like, I said something wrong there. I said something wrong. But yeah, I mean, I guess some I think more intricate videos, I'm definitely gonna have to have a script.
Yeah, like once you start trying to make you realize how hard it has to be. Like for someone like Gerald Undone, like his videos, like how do you even like? I can't even make a video about like explaining what aperture is without losing my mind.
Right,
he's like going into like super in depth, like. Multiple camera angles and like
I think one of the people I watch is DSLR shooter. I'm not sure what his name is, but he's in that same kind of world, and he just did a video where he hit 1 million. Was it 1 million or 500,000? I don't know. He just did a video saying thank you, and he explained like some of his YouTube tricks and stuff like that. And what he said was like, he's like, find your niche. He goes, Gerald Undone digs deep. He's like, but if that's not what you do, be basic with it. You don't have like, so for me, like I want to dig more deep, but like I can never see myself. I can see you doing that though. You like the real deep, getting real deep with it. I can see you relating more with the Gerald Undone and me being more on the Gene side of it.
That's definitely yeah. And I said I could see you sort of being like a potato jet. You have that like that attitude, your own little persona that you portray.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks. No, I'm having fun with it. My wife, like last night, it was funny when she said this to me. She's like, she's like, we need to go to bed or something. I'm like, yeah, I'm watching TV. She's like, you got a lot of stuff to do now. You're a YouTuber. And I'm like, oh, shut up. Like, it's like you have 30 subscribers. But no, it's fun. I want to do more. Like, I'm going to try to do this weekly podcast. That's like one of my contents. I'm always going to try to do one tutorial on something. I want to stick with Premiere, but like I kind of touch all of them, so that's why I kind of started with Lightroom, because that's where I started with photography. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think more people would relate to Lightroom than Premiere. Like I don't think as many people are going to be making videos as they are like taking pictures, because you can use Lightroom with iPhone photos. You can shoot in RAW and
Well, speaking of that, let me. You were asking me, that was one of your questions, was versus classic Lightroom versus
CC.
CC. Do you use CC or have you?
I use CC. Like I started using it, and then I started digging in and looking at tutorials, and I realized everyone's using Classic.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't find some of the settings and stuff they were adjusting. I was like, is there 2 different versions? And I had to look it up. Yeah. So I used Classic for a little bit, and then I don't know. Like I just kept using CC. Like I have it on my phone, so it's always synced. And
that is nice. It syncs the files between them. I think I tried CC for a little bit, but being that I was using Classic when I was in the Navy, so it's just for this longest time. Like you said, I think I watched. I got into CC and I was like, "What's going on here? Like, where's these different adjustments and stuff like that?"
I haven't dug enough, but I think CC does have more functionality.
Interesting.
Like overall, I'm not 100% sure on that, but.
Right. Well, like in Photoshop, I mean, I use Camera Raw, and Camera Raw is pretty much just that same kind of adjustment screen in Lightroom. I just don't see myself. I don't do very much mobile stuff. Like, I mean, I would if my wife and I, my plan was to get like a new iPhone when Black Friday this year. So I might go more mobile later in the year, but I never really I don't edit things on the road really, and just kind of take it. I always have my laptop with me or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't know.
Definitely true.
What else? Let's see. How do you like Southern California? How do you like that area?
I love it. It's sort of weird. The area we're in is like Southern Orange County.
Right.
It's like super suburban.
Right.
And the people aren't very nice. Like San Diego, people are like very nice, open, friendly, laid back. But like here in this area, it's weird. Like you get like honked at and yelled at, and people don't like say hi to you on like the sidewalks, and it's a little odd. Like we've gotten used to it. We've been here for like 2 years now. But
2 years.
It's a really upscale area, so everyone just kind of puts their windows up and tries to,
Yeah.
knock everyone out. And
All right.
but it's nice. Like we're like 10 minutes from like Laguna Beach, so
Nice. I'm a big Disney fan, so it's got a big Disney castle right here.
oh yeah,
In my shot. I go to Disneyland a lot. That's where I still go down there for. I live out in the country. I'm in a barn.
Wow.
I live in the top floor of they built a apartment in the top of a barn. There's a big garage below me with like a Corvette in there, and that's where
awesome.
I did my equipment video downstairs. But I'm out.
Yeah.
I have cows in the backyard, and I'm like 10, 15 miles out of the Bay Area, like just down south. So like my internet sucks, and but I get a good deal. My friend built this apartment, and I know the family that owns the property, so I've kind of found a good rent price up here because it's really expensive in the Bay Area. It's expensive anywhere in California.
Yeah, Erin's family's in Elk Grove, and her grandparents live in Fremont. So
Okay, all right, yeah. Did you guys head up this way every once in a while?
yeah, we're definitely up there every now and then.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to say good luck with school. Good luck with your YouTube. If you continue down, I think you should. I think you should still do as much as you can.
I use that as inspiration.
Yeah. One other thing, actually, I want to talk about Nikon. You use Nikon.
I do. I love Nikon.
That's where I started too. I had to take the jump though. I kind of miss it. I had a D750, and then I jumped over to Sony because at the time I didn't feel like Nikon video because it only had 1080p on this full frame camera, and I took the jump to Sony. But you stuck with Nikon, and now I think it's paying off for you.
Yeah, I had the D750 as well. The video was just god awful. I'm sure you know.
Yep.
The no stabilization, like just 1080, awful codecs. Like
it was my first. That was where I was making my first projects at community college. I made it on the Nikon. A few of them.
Photography. It's an amazing camera. Loved it.
Oh yeah, my
first full frame. Yeah.
I did astrophotography with it, and it was great. But I sold everything. I got rid of my lenses, my camera, and I jumped over to Sony. But good for you for sticking with Nikon.
Yeah, I'm really sitting on the fence now whether or not I want to get the R5.
Okay.
I think.
I saw it. It looks good.
That's a camera that could like do everything. Like that's gonna change everything. Like full frame 8K. Like how?
Right. How much do you think it was? Did they say a price point roughly? 25?
It's gonna be like 35 probably.
35? Okay. Yeah, I
mean you get 10-bit 8K full frame. You get 4K 120 FPS full frame, no crop. Like all
That's
internal
incredible.
without a
I shoot with my teacher's Red camera, which is a great camera. It's $40,000 camera.
Yep.
And you can't do some of that. I mean, it's a 5K camera, and that's it's crazy.
Obviously, it's the 8K is probably not going to be as good as Red's 5K. Like, let's be honest, but
right.
Still, like it's pretty absurd.
I think with correct glass and like shooting it correctly, you can get close though. Like that's the thing is like. I like the smaller form of a DSLR / mirrorless because I do like gimbals and things like that. I know that when there's a professionality to
my cat came in the room.
Was that your cat?
Yeah.
Yeah, my cat's around here somewhere. I think I locked him in the bedroom. I think the mirrorless cameras. I like the form factor. I just heard that from some of the older people that are in like the corporate realm, like. I tell them I'm shooting on a DSLR or a mirrorless, and they're like, oh, if customers see that, they're going to not think your prices are too high or you're not professional enough. And like, so we shoot with a Sony FS5, which is a great camera, but it's 2 or 3 years old now. And my A7 III can shoot better, and it's a full frame camera. Yeah. So that's my problem with it. I wanted to make the jump to a bigger camera, but I feel like I want to see what Sony does because I want to stick with Sony myself. And not jump over to Canon because I just made the jump from Nikon to Sony. I want to see what their rebuttal is to the R5 because I mean the A7 III is 2 years old now and it was a game changer 2 years ago. Yeah. So now the R5 is coming out. I hope they give something good.
They probably have something in the pipeline.
Yeah, but all this stuff with the China and all that really put a damper on it,
holding it back.
Yeah. So we'll see. Whatever they do, I already told my wife that I'm saving up for it. Whatever Sony camera comes out next, I'm putting the money down. I want to be one of the first ones to get it, and I'm going to start my camera tutorials and review section of the YouTube channel. Yeah. So, all right, buddy. This is, I think, we're up and down to the end here. Thank you for joining me on podcast number 2 here on Make Media. Good luck with everything, and hope to be working with you here in the future. I think if everything goes back to normal, we might be shooting something together in November if you want to meet me down in San Diego.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Talk to you later, bud. See you later. Thanks, everyone, for watching this podcast. Link in the description, all of his work and his YouTube channels, so you can see what he's doing out there. And all right, peace out.
Wait, stop. Look, there's more things that you can still do. Look, if you minimize whatever video you're currently watching of mine and you scroll down a little bit, there's going to be this red subscribe button. You know what you do? You click it. Check this out. Ready? Watch. It's crazy. It goes from red to gray. Right? Blew my mind. I want you to check to see if yours goes from red to gray. And I want you to leave a comment down below if it did. And that's about it. Now you're at the end of the video. Go on ahead and watch something else now.